Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. I just said I'm a little bit off center here as we go. That's a good start. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, we had obviously about 48 hours was it of kind of green candles, at least something like that. A bit of a pullback overnight with a bit of change in geopolitics. Apart from that, we're going to get that volatility, aren't we? So ETH and Bitcoin a little bit volatile. You can always pick up the little mini dips, but certainly looking a positive, I think, for March. And so we might etch out a nice little positive month for March at the end of the day once we get through all the volatility. And then maybe that opens up April for a really nice move, there. What else? Yeah, we got some testnet airdrops for ProveX. So if you sacrifice a ProveX, looks like the testnet numbers have been done, so it's must be getting pretty close, right? We got the ticker as well, so we'll talk about that coming up. What else? We've got Fast Abdul Vault 369, so one of our top blue chip protocols about to launch. That's going to be good. It's in testnet, moving testnet phases and stuff like that. I thought it was already in testnet, but apparently that's entering community testnet phase. So that's got to be a step further. That's going to be one of the first ones to be backing up ProveX too, isn't it? I guess the new token, which we'll talk about in a minute as well. And then of course we've got a little bit happening with the Clarity Act, right? Which we're all waiting for because that's game on after that. I think everyone's expecting the floodgates to open because all the TradeFi institutions and stuff will be able to flow their money in because the crypto market's regulated basically by that time. So that's going to open up a whole new. It's basically everybody's coming, right? Everybody's coming. So yeah, pretty cool. We got Sean and Melly in the house. They're up only indeed. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the last couple of days. It's been pretty good. ProveX is coming. Yes, it is. We're going to have a look at a few things around that. So it's pretty exciting. One of Richard Hart's test moves, I guess. Is that what we would call it? One of his test moves as well. So yeah, let's go. Absolutely, Sean. We got Fat Sammy in the house. There. Hi all. Good to see you, Fat Sammy. Always a pleasure. I covered one of Fat Sammy's posts the other day, I think 2 days ago. So big shout out to Fat Sammy. And then Hex ran after that, didn't it? Hex ran after that. So did Fat Sammy trigger the Hex run on the old Ethereum and Pulsechain? Definitely looks a lot like that. Very cool. All right, I just gotta have a quick drink here before I cough up or something. I don't know. So let's get into it. Let's see what happened with the stock market overnight. Excuse me, for Thursday. Yeah, still not 100%, but getting there. Let's have a look at what the stock market's done as well. Don't forget to subscribe on the way in and smash that follow button. We're trying to get back to daily streams as much as possible after having quite a disruption for several reasons. Wall Street ends lower on escalating Iran conflict. Report of AI export curbs from the White House as well around AI chips. So if you're in the video and all the big AI themes, that's in fact impacting the market there. Just when the market thought they could go risk off into the big seven, big eight, they've got to worry about trade curbs there, which is fine. Dow Jones down 1.6%, so pretty big day down for Dow Jones. 784 points, pretty staggering numbers. And we're just below 48,000 again, 47,954. So let's have a look how we've gone over the last month there. You can see we've got this big downtrend, 50,500 all the way down to 48,000. So we've lost about 2,500 points on the old Dow Jones, the industrials. S&P 500 is down 0.6%, 39 points to 6,830. You can see we were down a month ago, 10th of February, we were just below 7,000. And now we're at 6,830, so down about 170 points, something like that. 150 points. NASDAQ at the moment is down 0.25%, 58 points, 22,748. So NASDAQ not so bad. So I guess it has to some degree been a bit of a safe haven. But we're up at 23,274. So we're down maybe around about 500 points since over the last month. So you can see some of the volatility in there. Look at that chopping up and down that in the chart there. So definitely volatile times. S&P VIX is currently at 23, so nowhere near 40 or something like that, where Tom Lee thought we might potentially bottom out, but it is up 12%. So there we go. And the US dollar's up at 99. So risk off, basically risk off with those indices. West Texas there, $78.76. So we've seen a huge climb in that. Since 26th of February, since $65. So what's that? That's about 14, $15 on the West Texas. Brent oil there down 0.5%. So actually we're down a bit today, which is kind of nice to see. $83.56. And that is also up pretty big there from 26th of February. We're at $70. So we're up about $14 on Brent oil, but you would have seen at the pump, you probably, including taxes, you're probably up, 40, 50 cents on the old gallon, or I guess is what people have. So definitely you would have felt that at the pump. Gold at the moment is up 1/5%, $10 to 5,088, and silver there is at $82.23. That is up just slightly, and that's pretty much similar to where we were about a month ago. So not too much change in the old silver and gold. So they're holding their own after having a bit of a mini rally too, back on the 2nd of March. So that is the commodities. Let's have a look at a few of the things going on. Obviously, economy, equities under pressure a little bit from oil prices, and that is because of the unknown around how long it will take to subdue Iran. Now, obviously, they're still taking out a lot of key infrastructure, looking for the lot of missiles, blowing them up whenever they see any, come up. We also saw a overnight rocket barrage, I guess, from Iran into Israel. So they've still obviously got ability to do some of those things. It may take a couple of weeks to really get rid of a lot of that sort of ability to push their rockets out. And then basically air superiority has already been dominated. Navy superiority has also been dominated. I think they've destroyed 30 ships now. And most of the ships are going after probably relatively small after the last couple of big ones they took out. So they got sea and air superiority, which means that they can pretty much pick off the military as they choose. So the military is the last thing. Obviously, the United States not looking to do a land invasion, but they could certainly help the Kurds, Iranian groups, to take over Iran piece by piece. So not all at once, but that's probably likely to happen. And then you get cascade failure. And if you've got, Iranian guard there, you just take out their buildings, you take out their logistics, and you take out all their hardware, and weakens them big time. And then also you get people that just decide to give it in and say, hey, look, I think I'd rather have a new future and survive, rather than the old mullah regime. So that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah. So any Iranian idea of any Iranian government idea of trying to have a land campaign as a last resort is probably not likely to play out very well, because once you get superiority and things, you can then just take out piece by piece and move the pieces on the board within Iran, and any other groups like the Kurds that may decide to take pieces of Iran, at least for the greater good, of course, for the greater good. All right, so that's kind of where we are there. But oil price in the meantime are going to be pretty volatile. Also talk about, of course, trade limits where chips can be sold, obviously impacting the video as well. So that's kind of some of the big things there. So still pretty early in the conflict for that. We did have some positive labor market data as well coming out, so that was kind of cool. Seeing stronger than expected private payroll for February, and showed the labor market growing. So this is all part of Trump's golden age. We really should start to see those numbers really pick up from now on, with all the investment being sort of made last year, and continuing, of course. It's going to be a cumulative thing. We also saw the ISM Purchase Manager Index on the US service sector. Activity rose to over a 3-year high in February. This is the beginning of the big run, right? We do consider ISM one of the two main variables that coincide with the crypto boom. So that is starting to play out. So we're up at like 50, 52, depending on the 50 or 200-day moving average. So we've finally got the ISM moving since 2022. So this is pretty much game on now, I think. Rose to over 3-year high. Federal Reserve Beige Book report showed that the central bank maintaining an upbeat stance as well. Pretty cool. And of course, what I think was Kraken we saw yesterday, getting their own account with the SEC to do US settlements and things like that. So that's going to speed things up. And of course, it's cost efficient too as well. So things are starting to move there quite nicely. Right, so that is some of the stock market stuff there. And of course, when's our next Fed meeting? Let's have a quick look at that. Next Fed meeting is coming up in 1 week, in 5 days. And we can see at the moment, still no change there at 3.75. April, so look, April there, still no change, 3.75. So we are having quite a big pause in the rate cut cycle. We began it last year, but big pause there. And there's probably politics to be played as well with the chair Fed, who's a Democrat. So, yeah, we'll see how that plays. June at the moment, though, is the beginning of when we might see a rate cut. We got 30% there, got down to 3.5% for the federal rate funds. So still June seems to be the play, and we'll have a new chair by then. So there we go. We'll see how it happens. That is pretty much it with the economic news and stock market. We've got OS in the house there. Thanks for the education. You're most welcome. We're sharing together. We've got Brendan, our TA guru, in the house there. Howdy, super. These fuel companies should be investigated over here with their dramatic price hike. Yeah. So they're always slow to reduce and quick to rise, right? Is the old fuel companies. Also, one's got to argue not just the taxes as part of that increase, but actually profitability as well. But this is true for the banks as well. That's why there's a big conflict going on with the banks around the Clarity Act, because they're rip-off artists, right? They got very powerful positions and never seem to get smacked on very much on their profits. So, all right, let's let's get into the crypto markets. We've got Valiant in the house though first. Greetings. Trump taking over the shipping insurance from Lloyd's should help settle things down in the oil markets very soon. Yeah. So obviously the United States, they're looking to guarantee the Strait of Hormuz with all the oil flows there. And so, yeah, but it's pretty positive to dampen down the movements in oil prices. So hopefully we'll see those subside. Obviously production is going up, around Venezuela and other stuff being sold. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Now, Venezuela oil, of course, is I think it's got a lot of sulfur or something in it. It's a very dirty kind of oil. They have to process that extra special, the old refineries. Right, so let's see here. We got let's get into where the markets are. We had a nice little run, like I say, maybe over the last 48 hours. I think it was pretty good. Let's see where crypto is at the moment. Right, so we got total crypto market cap on CoinGecko is 2.48 trillion, down 1.5%. I think we were up 5.5% yesterday, so down 1.5% today. We got Bitcoin still over 70,000, which is kind of cool. $70,876, nice. And it's tapped 74, isn't it, in the last 48 hours? 3% down today. So yeah, volatility comes with the greatest performing asset. Ethereum at the moment down 2.8% at $2,077, still over 2K, so that's pretty positive as well, and towards the top of the range. We almost tapped 2,200 on that too, didn't we? BNB at the moment down 1.9%, $648. Number 4, XRP at number 5, down 1.8% at $1.40. We've got Solana at number 7, down 2.5% at just under $89. Number 8 is Tron, down 0.8% at 28.5 cents. Figurehead number 9 there, up 1.2%, $1.03. And Doge there at number 10 is down 5%. So a big down day there for Doge after performing pretty well at 93 cents. And of course, we have quite a few new coins in between, Whitebit, USDS, and before they even get to Cardano, which is down at number 13 right now. So there we go. So that is some of the moves. Top 10 performer. We got obviously Figure Howlock there as the best performer. Last week, though, the best performer is Bitcoin, up 5% for the week. So best performer Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. That's a good sign, isn't it? That's a good sign. Best performer over the last week in the top 100 is OKB, Jupiter, Pi Network making a bit of a move, and then we got Near Protocol number 4 and Kite at number 5 there. So and all of them over 10%. In fact, if we add Pump Fund and Sky, they're both over 10%. So that's 7 coins in top 100, up over 10% in the week. But OKB there is winning the way, up almost 30%. Top 1,000 gainers at the moment, War, Fraser AI, and Lombard. They're all doing pretty well. And in terms of trending overall, we've got War, Bitcoin, and Lombard there are trending at the moment overall. So there we go. Just a modest pullback in the old crypto markets today, but super small, right? $2.5 trillion, very small market cap, and Bitcoin's 2.1 trillion of that. So, we've got a lot of work to do, to move up there. All right, let's go over into some of the news around the Clarity Act. We're all waiting for that, right? That is the big deal. We've got stablecoin yield debate heats up in the Senate hearings. Obviously, we've got the banks who pay out the retail book very little. They use fractional lending, and of course, they make massive yield on their loans, right? And they make massive profits, and they are very much bully boys. If you've ever dealt with banks, they are pretty bad, and they are fighting over the stablecoin interest, right? They don't want retail and DeFi to dominate and undermine their business because that's how bad they are. So banks argue that stablecoin interest could drain deposits from credit unions and traditional banks. So a nice false advertising there. And of course, they're going to. Money flows to the best rate, and that is what we want to see. In any financial market, you want to see incentives drive results. That is capitalism, and that is what gets the best for the people with their money. Why shouldn't they get their best money? Why should the banks get the money? Because the banks are basically taking the money and charging high rates on the old lending. So at the Senate Bank Hearing Committee, NCUA Chair Kyle Hauptmann pushed back. Stablecoins aren't inherently a threat. Credit unions can participate in the ecosystems. Yeah, so they've all got fair chance. Innovation shouldn't be blocked to protect incumbents, which is exactly what they're trying to do. One of the key fights in the stablecoin Clarity Act debate is whether digital dollars can offer yield. Obviously, for those that are new, issuing stablecoins get back 1-to-1 with US Treasuries. Basically, there's 3 different main categories of treasuries that they can do, like repos. But that's basically the idea, and they are earning a lot of money. So every $1 billion or $1 trillion of stable coins that's issued, you're going to get, I can't remember the yield. I think it's something like 3 to 5%, something like that. So they're earning a lot of money doing the stablecoin offerings. So that's what everyone is fighting over. Banks want restrictions. Crypto wants open competition. There we go. So it's a bit of a game on. That's one of the Senate committee hearings there that you can see as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening there on that front, and we obviously want to win that. We also saw the White House yesterday come make a decision which side. They're obviously pro-crypto side. Some people thought they may just stay neutral, which didn't make much sense since they want to be crypto capital of the world, and they came in support of crypto and innovation. So that's basically to regulate and have yield offerings in DeFi and CeFi. So game on. There is a bit of a battle between CeFi and TradeFi, obviously in much of the same business. Think about Coinbase, Robinhood, Binance USA, things like that. And so that they will be competing with the banks directly. And we saw, what was it? Coinbase offering stocks now, trading in stocks. And remember, in crypto, the exchanges do 24/7. Whereas TradeFi, they're still doing, 5 days, 24 hours. Not 5 days, not even 24 hours. How long is it open? About 10, 12 hours, something like that. So it is a pretty crazy game on there. So that is the general major crypto news. And we're watching the Clarity Act very keenly because that's going to make everyone rich, guys. It's going to basically it because you guys are all here early. You may have been around since 2009, but some of you maybe not as early, but it's still early. We're really in the this is the Holy Grail period. We're in the period where everybody's coming to dance. It's going to be a pretty packed dance. Get your dance card out. Get your dance card out. All right, so that is pretty much it. Let's jump into Pulsechain, shall we? I just realized I haven't got something up here, so we'll get that up. And we'll see where Pulse is going. Day 1029, can you believe it? 1029. Let's go. 1029. It's a lot of days. All right, so we've got Pulse right now at quadruple 104. So that deserves a clap. What do you guys reckon? I mean, we finally lost a zero again. Now, the thing about that is that at 5 zeros, the amount of volume you can pick up, the amount of pulse you can pick up is insane. And I'm sure that many of you picked up pulse at 5 zeros. What a beautiful thing. And here we are, lost a zero there at 104. And so was the all-time low in at 7,800, 7,800 was at the all-time low. Happened about a week ago. And is it just up from here? And presumably, once you find that bottom, we're going to have a nice little wave up to the upside. We also saw the RSI bottom out on the weekly, right, at that time. Are there any black swan events left? Have we got any contracts with exploits left? I don't really think we have. Have we got, we're always going to have some bad projects that do some bad things because, unfortunately that just always happens. But have we got any any system issue left that we have to deal with? Is the Pulsechain community a lot more mature? Will they flow capital into the best projects, and will those best projects hold up? Those sort of things are probably where we're at, and hopefully people start looking for value. You're always going to have the speculative side, obviously, but that's something else we're looking forward to. So the more quality projects we have, which we're going to be talking about, Vault 369 coming up, obviously PROVEX coming up, we're talking about that. So those are definitely probably heading in the right direction with blue chip type of investment opportunities for people. We've already seen recently the Grays currency put together a nice little incentive program. That's what you want to see and drive stuff. So you want things with good incentive programs. You want to see things with businesses behind them, utilities like LibertySwap and Peacock. You want to see those sort of things. You want to see good DeFi that sustains itself, that has good utility, like liquidity forks have been pretty reliable, and DEXs and things like that. So you want to see these kind of businesses become a solid part of the total value in the chain. And I think based on a quick count, we've probably got about a dozen of those, right? Probably got a dozen of those. So having additional ones launched like Vault 369 is very, very cool. All right, let's jump into Pulsex. Pulse at the moment is 5 zeros still, so we've still got 5 zero on Pulsex. That's still pretty good buying on the old Pulsex there. So 50717. And remember, Dexes do very well once you get that uptrend, and the re-rate could be pretty severe, pretty violent to the upside. So everyone likes the word violent to the upside. Violent affections, violent something like that. We got 50717 up 2.77% on the old Pulsex, so certainly lagging there. We're got the buy and burn at 8.62%. Incentive token at the moment 45 cents, up 5.86%. Pretty cool. Now the question is, even though we've got PROVEX coming, the question is, will Richard do another project? Will it be a wallet? Will it be something else? Stablecoin or whatever? Will it be something clever? Will it include another sacrifice? And will it be a non-fiat sacrifice like we saw PROVEX, non-major crypto? Will it be a Pulsechain asset sacrifice? So will it include Pulse and Pulsex and INC or something like that? Hex? That would be very interesting, especially if you've come off the bottom of the market. Could be a master move. So we're always thinking about what Richard's chess pieces, what moves he might make, right? I'm still wondering whether he'll be able to do something like something clever around fractionalization. That'd be very much next level move. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in there. Richard's definitely been making moves all last year. Very tactical moves a lot of the time. But he's also reliant on ETH as well. So the mega theme, he's relying on that too to some degree. To obviously for that to have a run, go above $5,000, for example, and have our breakout. And then therefore he's got billions of dollars potentially to play with. So we'll see what he decides to do in that space. And obviously we've got no control over that. We've definitely seen him made a lot of tactical moves, marketing towards the end of the year, getting more vocal on X, trying to deal with Interpol, all that sort of stuff. We got what else? We got Hex at the moment is at 0.2 of a penny on Pulsechain, up 4.6%, and had a good run yesterday, didn't it? And EHEX there at 0.0077, so still a lot of value there in the old EHEX, but nice little ride up there by Fat Sammy earlier, that I covered on video, I think 2 days ago, I think it was. So that's where we are on the old Hex. Combined price of EHEX and PX is at 0.28 of a penny, so nice little move higher there. Let's go to the gas prices. We got 820,000 beats, kind of pretty elevated on the old beats there. Remember, we're sitting around about 300 beats, but Pulse is still relatively low. We got 0.3 of a penny for a Pulsechain swap. Moving to validators, we got 53,338 validators. Validators not really profitable, but great community service. And if they accumulate and we get a run up, then eventually they'll be profitable, no doubt. So that is the play. The bridge at the moment, $71.5 million. So we're looking pretty solid there. I think it's similar to yesterday, not too much different from yesterday, but looking solid there. And if we see any, we saw a few transactions that we on Pulse Alerts, I think, over the last 24, 48 hours as we were getting green candles, capital was flowing over. So interesting stuff happening there. All right, so that is the Go Pulse. Let's go over to the trending 100 here on Deck Screen as the default view. Remember, nothing's financial advice, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. We kind of just go through it because I think I'm the only one that does it. As long as I'm doing regular daily shows, which is always my intention, then we're covering the markets here on Pulsechain. All right, so we got Pepe at the moment. That is up 53%. We've got pretty good volume, actually, 27K volume on 36K liquidity on the main pair. So Pepe are doing pretty well there on the main. Let's have a quick look at that one, shall we? We might jump into these charts a little bit more aggressively. Yeah, so the last 4 or 5 days, nice little bounce there. Pretty psychopath-looking chart, though, isn't it? For the old Pepe. So that is, we bounced off 0001800. Now at 00045, so some really nice mad gains there, actually. I mean, think about just the last week alone. You've got that volatility in there, though. Give you a bit of a hard tag if you're not used to it. But other than that, up 133% in the last week's candle. So not bad gains there. Better than a bank account, right? Better bank account. Earning, what's a fraction, maybe a fraction of a percent? I don't know. Depends. Maybe you might get 2%, 3% if you're lucky. But that is 133% in the week. That's why people come to crypto. Dominance, OG WebChef up 38% as well. We do see those get pushed up. The mechanisms get turned on. And that is also up in the last week. So we're going from 1/4 of a penny to 4400th of a penny. And another nice little gainer there. Let's go to the daily on the old. So pretty violent. If you're down here, you're buying at 7/10 of a penny, you got pretty violently pushed down. And on the 3rd of March, it decided to do a rebound. So that's up almost 100%. So just luck of the game, right? Luck of the game. Did you get in the bottom? Did you buy here? Will it be another couple of days and get back to that 7/10 of a penny and you'll be okay? Just take note. These are far more speculative. SCADA, of course, a project there following. Oh, it's just gone to number 2. SCADA there up 37%. That is on the back of Nuke the Supply, another project. These are very niche innovation DeFi's. Pulsechain, really cool team. Nuke the Supply there, SCADA, and that's up 37% as well. I'll have a quick look at that chart too while we're doing charts. We've got the weekly up there, and you can see a nice little strong week there as well with the old rebound there. So that's up about 80% on the week. So there we go. That's SCADA. PTC to Grows, we've got the UFO pair here, up 15%. Liquid loans, talking about the liquidity forks. Obviously, liquid loans is a lot more controversial than most. What's the 3rd biggest sacrifice pool? About $52 million by my accounts. And people say, where's the money? Where's the money? The team has delivered. The team has delivered their at least three products: the Oracle, the multi-sig, and the liquidity fork, with Pulse as the collateral. So the main liquidity fork at the moment. Well, may not last long after Vault 369. Probably take number 1 spot as my guess. Very, very optimistic about that. We'll keep a lookout, but. At the moment, performing pretty well, but liquidity is pretty small, right? 49K. Where's the money? Now, liquid loans, to their credit, does go around, Southeast Asia and Europe and do a lot of conferences on behalf of liquid loans, Pulsechain, and adoption. But of course, I don't know. It's a lot of money, right? A lot of money. Let's see what happens. But there we go. That is where it is. So I'll leave it there. We got Most Wanted is up 12%. Top meme coin on Pulsechain. Let's see how this one goes. Now, these, of course, are driven by the community, and of course, they got 1 billion tokens. I think this one's got 1 billion tokens. So this one here, obviously a down chart. going down with Pulsechain. Now, obviously, when we've got to look at the pulse ratio, right? What's the pulse ratio? This one is also pretty flat. So it's been pretty flat for a couple of months. There's the weekly candles. But we are getting a nice little move here on the old chart. And a nice little green wick there following the rest of the Pulsechain off that bottom. We're up about 50%. Not quite as good as some of the others, but 50%, not bad. All right, so number 8 to number 11 is all UFO. So on the back of PTC the Greys, doing pretty well. Let's have a look at the UFO pulse beer. And this has obviously been moving up, benefiting from the drag up, I guess, from the referral program. I'm not sure if a referral program applies to UFO, but definitely to PGC. But let's have a look there. We're up about 65% on the US dollar. And that pulse ratio up dramatically. Look at that. Woohoo! You've got to like that. That's pretty good. This is the daily candles now. And let's have a look. We're up, about 54% on there too. So it was 0.4, 0.4 pulse per UFO, now 0.6. And no doubt you got to look at the RSI too, as well. Number 12 is Curve Token, up 9% there. Been around for 11 months as peer. DevC as well, number 13, up 9%. Swarm up 9%. The Unity from Cryptographics is up 8.6%. Let's have a quick look at that. Now, this is paired with Pulsex, of course. So how's that going against Pulsex? US dollars rising. Seems to have flatlined, but actually trying to break out to new highs here. 3,227 Pulsex per pulse. So, not too bad. And it's up 32% there on that ratio. So not bad. Now, we may try and get another stream with the Cryptographics coming up. I don't think they've launched their collaborative staking yet. I haven't seen anything on that yet, but maybe they have talked about it, but I don't believe so. So collaborative staking there could be a very innovative thing. I think it could be more broadly applied to market buying and other things like that. But interesting, great stuff to unify DeFi users. Let's say it could be interesting development there in the old DeFi. Firewall there from one of old Firewall tokens up 8%. Doubt token. Now we talked about most up here. We also got Doubt, another top token is matched to INC coin, up 8.3% right now. What else there? We got X Game, another one of Firewalls, making a bit of a comeback there, 8% off a pretty low base. Moonix at number 21, up 8%. Zendog tied into the old Peacock, that's up 7.5%. Finvesta. Now, obviously, we've got dominance up here from OG WebChef, but we've got Finvesta down here at number 23, $1.80. That's the grandparent, right? The one to rule them all. It's up 7%. Treasury Tay there, Treasury Reserve, Treasury Bill, I should say. James and Maria, I believe. So that's up 6.7%. Then we've got Pump Tires Hex, up 6.4%. Now, obviously, Hex has done pretty well yesterday. And we've got Pump Tires Hex doing pretty well with the 1 billion supply, right? So that's up 66% for the week. So anyway, not too bad. The old Pump Tires Hex. True Farm coming from True DeFi. So True DeFi, kind of a team that is trying to kind of be institutional in some shape or form. And that is, they've got their miners, they've got their positions in Emmett Farm on the EDI pool, earning pretty nice yields. I think they've got about 26% of that pool. Now they've got their own farm, a fork of Emmett Farm, True Farm, and that is performing pretty well as well, almost 98 cents. And that's been pretty stable. So they're going to be pretty happy with that. Volume is pretty key. So obviously they've got the institutional buying arm from the miners. They're called the, I would keep calling it the RIC, but I think it's the SRE, something like that. So that is ticking away. We're going to try and get an update with that team as well. So we definitely want to get an update from a few teams out there about what they're doing. So if they're listening, hit me up and let's see what your latest updates are, because it's a great way of communicating to your community and new people. So definitely check that out. Then we're getting into PDI at number 28, up 6%. Peacock and DI. We're going to come back to that. It's at 1.9 cents right now, so performing very solidly. And of course, you guys know we have got looking for their next big product, and they've got a couple of product rollouts, but the big one is going to be a whole new module, if you want to look at it that way. In fact, we might look at it now while we're here. But that is, we're looking for Liberty Liberty X, it's called. So it's a DEX aggregation, privacy, and volume, multi-chain volume. So it's a big deal, so that's got to be getting pretty close. I think we're expecting it to launch by the 7th, which is, I guess, tomorrow or the next day, US time. So let's see what else. They've got lots of updates here. So yeah, so lots of cool things happening with these guys. Just having a look. Bridge to Pulsechain now. So yeah, we are waiting for Liberty X to launch, and that is like a DEX aggregating cross-chain privacy solution. It's kind of how I would characterize that. I'm just trying to see what else they got up here. So it doesn't look like it's launched yet, but we'll kind of keep an eye out on the old Liberty swap. At the moment, the price, of course, holding up pretty well at 1900 right now, 1.9 cents. So let's see where this goes. Let's have a look at the weekly on it. That's the weekly chart. So you can kind of see it's not too far away from breaking up to the upside. It's got plenty of room in the RSI, especially on the daily and stuff, 60 there. So I guess some sort of ugly W pattern there on the daily, but that is getting pretty close. So keep a lookout for that. What else we got going? We just keep scrolling down here. Coin Mafia there from Rack and Michelle, back over 50 cents, up 6% right now. And there's been a bit of a change of the guard, right? So we found out the Triple Dad no longer is in the operations team there, leading that. And so there's been a few changes there. I still got to catch up on that. I didn't yesterday, so we'll see how we go there. We got Mafia from Jacob, up 6% right now. Now, let me go back out there. We got Mafia, so it's number 31. And I believe that they started paying out from the vaults, but not killing, I don't believe has started yet, which is kind of the final step in the game. So let's go to the website quickly. We are obviously tracking that also for on-chain bet, which is the second of 3 projects that he's launching, as well as what we call the flagship there. Killing has started now. Look at that. See that? So that red button there says killing has started now. So I think that's pretty recent though. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure the date. Let me know in the chat there if you guys are aware of when killing actually started, but it must have been pretty recently there. They've done a lot of nice new UI upgrades, so hats off to Jacob for that. So yeah, and it's looking pretty good with the website now. Now they've got the app as well. Now it's live on BNB and Pulsechain. As you guys know, I'm no longer playing the game, and I have no longer assets in the game, so I don't really, and I'm not in the Telegram group anymore. But I do have a lot of respect for Jacob and his adding a lot of value and trying to do complicated things. So that is the play right now. So pretty cool. Looks like killing has started now. It's going to go to the app. Let me go to the Pulsechain side. Let's do that quickly. This wasn't planned. I'm just doing this on the fly. So yeah, vault payouts definitely started. So 31 days, 22 hours apparently. And it's an odd time frame. I'm not sure why it's on such a long time frame. They were going to have a weekly payout. Remember that? It was going to be 10%, which I thought was unsustainable. So maybe they've changed the mechanism there, which I did suggest for some time, right? So let's go to the vault and see what that's all about. Now, obviously, with Pulsechain down, the vault value's down dramatically. Remember, this used to be up like 400K, maybe even higher. It's at 78K right now with 7.5 billion pulses. Still pretty good. Remember when the Pulsechain sacrifice was on, there was about 1,000 people that had 1 billion pulse sacrificed, which was about 80 grand plus or something like that. So that was worth about 7.5 big sacrifice players there. At the moment, though, of course, with Pulse down so much, 78K, but still very nice little allocation there, no doubt. They've got the families there with the players, all that sort of stuff going on there. So that's just on the Pulse side. Obviously, there's BNB as well. But let's go to the game wiki, and we'll see what that has updated just before we, like I say, none of this is planned. We do have, so they've updated all the launch phases. Story mode and missions is in there as well, game intelligence. So they've added a lot of extra stuff since we looked at it. They got a thing called Rebirth now, 7 days to make a decision or your account dies forever. And then they've got vault requirements here, which obviously the Pulse one's already hit. So maybe that countdown is when the actual vault payout's starting. Maybe it's the first one. And then we've got the official launch as well. Deploy contract function allows users to kill each other. Well, they're already indicating on the site that was already the case. So presumably that is the case because it had the kill button activated. So I'm not quite sure why that's. Maybe they just haven't got around to updating that. But that is the mafia. So hats off to Jacob for that. And of course, they may very well go multi-chain too, right? So at the moment, that's the chart there. So look at the pulse ratio. We're at 40 pulse. You can see that big run up here on the weekly. These are weekly candles. Ran up all the way to 54 pulse per mafia and back down at 40 right now. So definitely a bit of weakness here. Got to be a little bit nervous about it now at this level. But we'll see. We'll keep a lookout and see where that goes from here. We are waiting for on-chain bet and, like I say, the PUSD ALGO, which may be a bit later once we get the Clarity Act through, but more so the Ethereum collateral. So we'll keep a lookout for that. And many of you guys that have followed my channel for some time would have probably sacrificed for the PUSD ALGO project. This is the last, by my memory, the last main sacrifice project to launch. But once again, just be a bit more patient. I know it's been a couple of years, but I do think once he gets over the line, that could be pretty cool. And he has teased out, we have had teased out of, some new technology and maybe some alignment with the Genius Act there. So we'll see what all that manifests. And also we need an Oracle, right? So an Oracle, we were waiting for Signum Oracle from Stu. And we might have Stu on the show as well. So hopefully we'll keep working on all those things. That's kind of cool. Number 32 is a teddy bear from Jones & Marie, up 6%. Let's scroll down a bit further here. We've got Pulse Puppy at number 44, up 5%. We've got, still got a decent little green day going on, even if the last 6 hours has been a bit of profit taking. Pump Tires sitting at up 5% as well, number 45. We've got Pump Tires Die up 5%. Now, Pump Tires, I'm not a big fan. I've always been open-minded, tried to open-minded, optimistic about Die, but I really saw, multiple failures to get value for that. So I'm not, I don't know how they're going to save that. And I don't know, to some degree, I don't know why you would save it either. It does have one of the largest communities. That's probably the only thing about it. And it has a few large diehard supporters, but apart from that, I think there's just better value else on Pulsechain. Maybe another dozen projects on Pulsechain that at least probably got a lot better value, make a lot more sense. So, and we got Prevex coming out soon, right? So it sort of just adds up, doesn't it? Even Hex is a better play, right? We saw Hex recently play out. So 9mm here, sitting down here, all the way down at number 53, up 4.5%. That's a better play. They keep paying out like 20K a month. That's a much better play. And so we could see a big turnaround in projects like that moving forward. In fact, 9mm, of course, is the second biggest DEX. So we talk about Pulsex lagging a bit. 9mm is probably lagging a bit, right? So here's the price of 9mm. Looking at the pulse ratio, sitting nice and consolidated in here, isn't it? At 574 pulse. So this could probably just really run away once Pulsechain runs. This could have a big catch up, and as the second biggest DEX on Pulsechain. So keep a lookout for that. Easy one there, probably. So scrolling down a bit further, what else we got down here? We got Pulsex down here, number 64, Zero Trust, another peak tied in the Peacock. Remember, and the world's greatest PDI printer down here at number 62, 67. We'll put it OG WebChef stuff up 3%. We've got the main Peacock pair here at just under 1.86 cents, and that's up 2.63%. But it's got the big Liberty X to launch possibly within the next 48 hours, is my guess. So we'll keep a lookout for that. And then we got Vouch 369. So obviously, Vouch there, number one validator on Pulsechain, where people can go and delegate and get involved with the validation there. That's up 1%. And we're going to keep a lookout for this because this could also have another strong re-rate as Pulsechain runs. This could hyper run, right? So this is at 4 zeros 1900, bounced off 1466 in the pulse ratio. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so it's had a recent pump. Look at that. Someone came in and did a big volume there. Sometimes people know what the volume is, but that definitely happened. And it's looking pretty good at 1.8 pulse per vouch. So keep a lookout for that. Another one, of course, that is Validator X, right? That's another one that they have about 7, 8, 9% of the validators. So about 18% or so combined. So Validator X there from, was it Plus X, I think it is. So that is pretty cool. What else? Liberty down here, that's flat. So we got 82 pairs in the top 100 that are green at today. Not all doing better than Pulse, but green. Top Hat down 1% right now. It's also tied in the Peacock quite a lot there. PCD Grays is coming off that big move, is down 1.7%. So they had a nice little move though. And of course, needed the RSI. I said this yesterday, didn't I? I said to you guys yesterday, said, oh, the RSI is hot yesterday, didn't I? And I said, oh, it's probably going to need to cool off. And exactly what happened, it cooled off. So the RSI is a really good indicator. And if you are new to crypto and you're sick of buying tops and selling bottoms, the RSI is your best friend, right? So even if you have no moving averages or any other indicators, the RSI is your best friend. And if you listen to it, it will save you 9 out of 10 times, right? In terms of that. When I say the other 10 times, it's just unusual that an elevated RSI will hold. On a mega pump sort of thing. But that played out pretty well. So that's hilarious. Hilarious, as we say. So it doesn't mean it can't consolidate a little bit. It probably needs the RSI to cool off, can consolidate in a range. And I'm sure that referral program will keep delivering there for the old PDCs, getting momentum. But it will still, it can't completely defy, market cycles and profit taking, right? So there'll be big bag holders, probably some of your people you might know that would take advantage of that, right? They'll go, oh, the RSI is hot, even though I'm the biggest shiller in town, I'm going to take some profits, right? So just remember that. We got Hexfader in house there. Hey, gang, good to see you, Hexfader. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that is our top 100. So still a nice little green day today. Got a bit of a mixed number of players leading the way. OG WebChef, Pepe, Most Token, Liquid Loans, Investor, UFO. Those are sort of dominating 10% plus at the moment on the trending. Obviously, there's a lot more other tokens on Pulsechain that are probably doing pretty well as well that don't show up here on the trending. But that is pretty much it. So let's jump into ProveX. This is kind of the hot topic right now. We've got ProveX leaks, says Pep Lord. The ProveX airdrop has been executed on Pulsechain testnet. Over 7,000 holders now hold a PRVX. So that's the ticker that's going to be launching. Not on mainnet yet. But that will be suck a lot of value into it. Right? We're going to see what happens. Is it going to be? We've got a nice little turnaround from the bottom. So is there enough excitement? Probably is in the market, even with the volatility on at the moment, for that to do pretty well. We'll see. And then of course the big fat holders, if they're in the profits there, dump. So just it's going to be another violent exercise in quotes value creation. Fixed supply apparently is 1.3. What's that? 1.3. What do you got? Millions and billions. 1.3 trillion. I think there's a little difference with some of the numbers. I know that CryptoSolve is doing some analysis on that. No inflation, of course, so it's only going to go down the supply. But that doesn't mean that the chart's not going to find a price and then get sold off. So, unless it gets artificially propped up from sacrifice funds or something, that will also go through market cycles after its initial launch. Launch appears imminent. Well, what's imminent? 2 more weeks? I don't know. We'll see. But it's definitely encouraging because it's a big step forward there. So kind of cool. That is the ProveX. So there's a website that got put up with the app.provex.com. It's got a stats page, and that has testnet stuff on here as well. Got some chart things. I haven't really looked at these things, but that is up and about as well. So that is ProveX, guys. So talk of the town right now. And I think CryptoSolve and others have commentated on it if you want to find out more details around that. Probably more exciting to me in some ways is Vault 369 from Fast Abdul. We've been waiting for this since end of last year in particular, and that is a multi-chain, multi-collateral liquidity fork, which I'm not aware of there being any others. My understanding of liquidity forks, there are probably about 40 of them, and some of the top ones actually have been on Pulsechain, subject to value obviously coming down, but we did hold the title for quite a long time. But what have we got? We've got 4 liquidity forks that I'm aware of right now. And then maybe we'll have 6 when's all said and done, unless I'm missing one. I don't think so. Vault 369 is about to enter the community testing phase. Vault 369. So Fast Abdul has launched 2 liquidity forks already. Is that right? INC? Or maybe it's just INC. No, just INC. And just INC. Yeah. I'm just trying to think now. We got Power City launched. Power City launched 2. Liquid Loans launched 1, and they've launched INC. So they got INC, but now we're going to have Vault 369 is about to enter community testing there. Vault 369 is a what is it? It's a multi-collateral liquidity fork on Pulsechain that will support Pulse, vPulse. So vPulse is from Vouch, right? So you put Pulse in, you get vPulse out. And UPulse, UPulse there. I can't remember what UPulse is from. Let me know in the chat if you guys remember UPulse. I don't know if that's from Vouch. I don't think that's from Vouch, but UPulse. I did know, but I've forgotten if I did remember. We got ProveX right now. So ProveX, no doubt that's going to be PRVX, the new one, when it launches, because it's got to do the real one rather than the one that's floating around right now, which is kind of a community one. Want early access to test builds, report bugs, and help harden the protocol? Join the Telegram group there, so you can go do that. So that is from the Fast Abdul. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what else he's got going on here. He's about to reshape the markets. So that is ticking away there, yeah. So that was pretty cool. Might give that a repost as well. I think there's pretty significant news on the old Pulsechain, so we'll keep a tabs on that. So there we are. That is from Fast Abdul. So that is going to be potentially blue chip project launching. Now, how big would the TVL be? TVL. Now we know that Liquid Loans is the biggest one backed on Pulse, but will this be bigger? Will this be bigger? Now, Fast Abdul pretty well known in the community, pretty big influence in his own right, let alone a developer on all the other influencer shows and does things like that. Pretty well connected, got a big following. So multiple collateral, multiple chains, so lots of different avenues for collateral to be put on there. It's going to be probably one of the 2, if not the first, ProveX protocol possibly. There'll be a bit of a race for that, but yeah, it could be pretty big. So TVL now, TVL. Will it be a couple $1 million? I think what is it? The smaller ones are around 850,000 for I think ProveX and Hex. I think they're all around that sort of mark. I think Liquid Loans is about $2-3 million, something like that. And then will it be able to get at least the Liquid Loans TVL, which is a couple $1 million bucks. If it did anything more like 10 mil, man, that'd be amazing, especially at where asset prices are right now. Obviously, if asset prices run, then all those are going to go up dramatically, right? All the collateral value goes up. So TVL lock goes up a lot. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Can they build out something that's got bigger TVL than Liquid Loans? That's kind of that's the challenge. How about that? That's the challenge. All right. When you're on screen, you can just make up your challenges. You just make up more. Hey, did give an objective benchmark though. It's not like I just pulled a number out of the hat, like $10 million. That would be great if they did $10 million, but that's not not the point. A couple $1 million would be very, very cool. So we'll start off easy and build from there, right? Build from there. All right, so Vault 369 coming, and it's great to have that on Pulsechain. A frontier innovation in DeFi, as well as a solid project liquidity fork there. All right, it's also got Pulse, right? So it is in the same category as Liquid Loan, so it kind of got that same sort of thing going on, but it's going to have more assets. How many more assets? We'll find out. Bring them all. Take them all in. Take them. No, not all. Not rug pulls. Not rug pulls. All right, so that's Vault 369, guys. That's Vault 369. We're doing pretty well. 55 minutes on the hour. Like I say, Liberty Swap is continuing to deliver. We are very excited about Liberty Swap, and I did look at it earlier. But we're looking forward to Liberty X launching. So that should be pretty cool. Liberty X. Yeah, I think I covered all that. So Liberty X is coming. Yeah, and no doubt Liberty Swap will be a quick adapter of ProveX as well, because it's all in the privacy, and then that's kind of where Liberty Swap is leading in the world. In terms of privacy, liquidity, and trading and swapping, all that sort of stuff. DEX aggregating is what's coming up with the Liberty X, so we're very excited about that. It's going to be intent based too, isn't it? So meaning that they'll be able to do off-chain liquidity too. So it's going to be a pretty powerful solution with the old Liberty X. This works really well for stablecoins and intent-based routes. LibertyX will definitely learn from this and to build its own stablecoin route. That's the other thing I think we may get a surprise from too, is the stablecoin features and benefits that LibertySwap will bring to the market. So I'm very excited about that as well, that potential. It's going to be pretty huge. And they had a Liberty Shield update. It's another one of their module products, I should say. We've streamlined unshielding to just one amount input, no more entering it twice. Simpler, less confusing, and the UI now guides you step by step to avoid any mistakes. For shielding, no need for gas tokens on chain or layer. We've been able to fully sponsored gasless transaction. More privacy protocols on the way for Liberty Shield. So Liberty Shield doing very well for the old Liberty and Liberty Swap. Very cool. What else have we got there? Recently, of course, they have integrated the Circle CCTP and I think Chainlink as well. So stable coins, cross-chain technology, Chainlink data, cross-chain technology as well. Fast and cost-effective solutions used by many. So really, Liberty Swap is really reading the room very well around the mega themes in crypto, and creating products around them can only be a good thing at the frontier of DeFi. So, and we're lucky to have it based out of Pulsechain. They could have probably done it on Ethereum or buy it BNB or something like that. But they've chosen Pulsechain, and they've also nominated Peacock as the official token as well, which is where they're putting all their value in, their buys, their LP building, their burning, all that sort of stuff is going to Peacock. More than that, but they've actually, they're actually ranking verifying all the links on CoinMarketCap, not CoinGecko, but CoinMarketCap, and they are looking to get that re-rated based on market cap and not for 24-hour volume. So when you're on CoinMarketCap, you kind of, I guess a lot of them get defaulted to 24-hour volume, and so Liberty's Peacock is ranked at about 4,300. Last time I checked, maybe a bit lower now, but 4,300. And so if they get to market cap, they'll quickly jump to the top 1,000 probably, and maybe even 800. And once it does that, then the market's going to, really FOMO on that. So it's actually, ironically enough, probably a bigger trigger than maybe some of the technology, which is all frontier technology being rolled out from Liberty Swap. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see that. And of course, if they do that, that's pretty successful. Might run them up to number 800 or more or something on the ranking. We'll see. And then there's definitely room in the RSI for that, sort of another big move. And then then their target is top 50. And at the moment, Peacock definitely standing out as the best chance to be $1 billion meme coin. And that in itself would become another beacon. So ignoring everything else Richard Hart might do or top tier developers on Pulsechain are doing, that could be one of the big beacons on the hill on Pulsechain. If you can get up to the $1 billion market cap for a meme coin, then you're in a small bunch of coins, and that attracts a lot of attention, a lot. So that could be a real game changer. So we'll see. That's still a journey ahead of us, but definitely it's a prime candidate, especially with new products like LibertyX coming around aggregation and privacy and everything. So I'm also excited about Liberty Swap with their intent-based technology and unified liquidity, driving towards that. All the stuff's going to add up pretty well, and we'll hopefully get big players coming to use it. And then they got Liberty Lend coming, right? So Liberty Lend, not only going to be a buy and sell and all that, but lending and privacy, and then suddenly, boom, some asset gets pushed up. Bam, Hex just got pushed up. We just bought up ETH or something like that. Could be quite exciting from that point of view. So we'll keep looking at that LibertyX journey. So pretty cool. All right, so we're going to finish there. I think that was a pretty good rundown. Hope you guys enjoy it. We're almost up to an hour on the show. Got a great crowd watching across the multiple platforms. We are streaming on 3 YouTube channels and on X. So a big shout out to everybody. Appreciate everyone watching. If you're on X, don't forget to smash the follow at the top of the channel there. I really appreciate that. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe button as well. We do have a strategy club, so if you haven't joined that in Discord, it's a private club. Get all the latest intel as I push it through there. That's only just over $1 a day to join up through the Whoop shop. So join up there, catch you in the strategy club. Apart from that, we've got Telegram as well. You can join up also, but no Intel going through there, just a social group there. But lots of developers and other cool people in there as well, team projects. All right, I'll catch you all guys tomorrow. It's funny, the longer the show goes, the more people are watching, so I do apologize that we're ending right now, but we'll catch you again tomorrow. All right, take care, and bye for now, and buy the dips is what they say, I think, is what they say, buy the dips. All right, take care, see you.